Hey, Mark, Shepard, honesthypnosis.com, and this particular message is, I think, extremely pertinent for my crush anxiety people, and I think this will actually be part of crush anxiety now. I'm not sure, but I wanted to share this idea, and it's a key idea. Something happened to me today. A friend of mine came over, and we had a little chat. He's going through some intense stuff in his life, and on his way out, he was like, bro, are you aware that your hatchback door is open? Because I had just did a gig. I did a gig yesterday. And so my car was full of sound equipment, drums and stuff. And I left the door open specifically so it doesn't get too hot in there, right? And to place urgency on myself to empty it out, to remember that, right? But here's the point I'm trying to make. He left, and as he was leaving, he said, dude, someone might steal your stuff, right? And I live kind of a little cul-de-sac. Nobody comes down here. It's pretty safe. It's as safe as you're going to get anywhere in America. It's pretty safe. And I poo-pooed him, right? And I said, whatever, thanks, go away, right? So he left, and I wasn't ready to do that project, that job yet, and I was doing some other stuff down in the basement, and I heard a truck rumbling upstairs, and I was like, and the first idea that popped in, this is how suggestible we are and why we have to be so careful who we hang out with and who we listen to and what we let in. I hear a truck upstairs, and my first thought was, oh no, maybe that guy on the truck is gonna see all my stuff and want to steal it. What? Right? That was the thought. That it wasn't in my mind, wasn't even thinking about that till my friend made a suggestion, right? Now, my friend was well-meaning. He was trying to protect me, right? But it's like little stuff like that from our friends, right? That are almost worse than the stuff our enemies fling at us, right? Because they're our friends. So we have our guard down. And they drop in some little toxic thought, and it may be even about them, right? Which is why we need to be very, very careful who we hang out with, and very, very careful what we listen to, and very, very careful what we actually say to ourselves, right? So the moment I had that thought about the truck and the guy on the truck looking at my stuff with my car door open, the thing I was doing, I dropped, right? And it was like a screwdriver, and I dropped it, and literally trying to catch it, I stabbed myself in the face, right? And then it dropped, and then I couldn't find it, right? And then, so it was like that one thought, bing, off balance, right? And it's so easy to get off balance or be pulled off balance by inadvertent crap that comes in kind of under the radar, right? So that's one key piece to honest hypnosis. If you are not in charge of this, other people will. Other people will. And it's almost a little power thing. And I don't know, if you've ever had a conversation, some relative who always has to drop in something, right? I had lunch with a guy not too long ago, and I thought this guy was like really a positive guy, right? But we sat down to have lunch, and it's like everything he said was kind of tinged and twisted with kind of a, yeah, well, blah, blah, blah. Just kind of this attitude of, well, he was telling me about recycling and how single stream recycling is a lot of crock, because they just take the stuff and they just dump it in the landfill, right? Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he's thinking about, right? And at lunch, and it was just like, so this is really not just a mental hygiene, but it's like an energy field hygiene. It's an energy field awareness. It doesn't mean you have to be constantly on the lookout for being contaminated by other people's stuff. There's kind of a whole school of healing, energy healers that are always, trying to clean each other off and being contaminated by other people's energy. I don't really buy into that. But I think if we let suggestions in without evaluating them consciously, your unconscious mind is highly suggestible. That's why hypnosis freaking works, right? The thing that most people don't get is that they're more being hypnotized in their daily life than actually when they come to a hypnosis office, right? Because in the hypnosis office, that's the time when you're consciously aware of you wanting to reprogram yourself. The rest of the time, you're going off you're distracted, you're looking over here. Meanwhile, this guy's just dropping in a comment that is pulling you subtly off balance, and then the next thing that happens, boom, then you fall, right? It's a strange thing, and I want to give you the power to be aware of that without becoming afraid of it, right? Because, hey, I realized what happened. I got myself back on balance, and the experience gave me an opportunity, right? One of my themes that I'm working with this week is that there are no problems, right? This guy making a suggestion to me is not a problem. It's an opportunity for me to tighten up my game, to take my game to the next level, right? Whether he gets it or not, it's obvious, it's clear his mind is has some fear, right? And some fears appropriate. He lives in a place that's not as safe as mine, right? So who knows? Maybe he's envious of my safe place, right? Not my problem. Who knows? Maybe he's just truly concerned about me. Not my problem. Maybe there's some higher metaphoric thing going on for him. Not my story, not my problem. That's his stuff. My stuff is, I had a fear thought. Oh, the guy on the truck. And I had that fear thought because someone made a suggestion that I accepted without evaluating. All right? So that's the point today. Pay attention. Be aware. But ultimately, you are responsible for your experience, for what you let in, and how you interpret those suggestions from all around us all the time in a way that gives you power or not. Ultimately, it's up to us. All right? So thank you. This has been another message from Mark Shepard, Honest Hypnosis. And hopefully you are getting this stuff and you are applying it, and this is helpful. If it's helpful, let me know. Let me know specifically how it's helpful so that I can let other people know this is helpful, because I can say it's helpful all I want, but unless other people like you who are actually using this and applying this in your daily life can chime in and say, yes, this was helpful, then I can't help other people, right? I want to help as many people as possible with this. So let me know. Peace, grooviness, over and out, and I will see you on the inside.